In this second video of the series, we're going to be using a text file that contains two columns. So there's two set of values, or a set of two values separated by a space in this numbers2 file. And we're going to be reading this file, setting up the path the same as we did on the previous video. And our function now is going to add the values in one of the columns. Okay, so let's have a look. Similar to the previous one that we saw, we have here we set up the path and the file name. We join them using os.path.join from our OS package, and giving it the path and the file name, we send that to this function that we've created called MySum. And in this case, MySum is going to be calculating the addition of all the values only in the first column. So we initialize our accumulator to 0, open the file. For each value in the file, we're going to be using the method split, which means I've commented out this line here, but if you want to see how j looks like, you can uncomment and have a look at j. So basically j is going to have two elements. The first one is going to be the first number in the first row, and the second one the second number in the first row, and then it will move on with I, and it will be the first number in the second row, second number in the second row, and so on. So to add the values in the first column, we need to set sum to be the accumulator that is going to store the values. So this line could be also written as sum equals sum plus int j0. So it's the first element of j. Remember that in Python the scripts start, or the indices start at 0, and that means that j0 is the first element, j1 would be the second element. We make sure it's an integer and we accumulate that into sum, we return it, and that's giving us, I ran this earlier, it gives us 388. If we change and see what happens if we put a 1, we get 1410, which is the addition of these other numbers here. So we're opening the file, sending it the file, we're setting up the path and the file name, we're sending that to the function opens the file, iterates over each line. For each iteration we split the values in each line into two separate values, two elements, because our file, that's the way it looks, it has two elements per file, so we just split. That's giving us the element j, which is a small list with two elements, and we choose which one we want to print. We could print them both by setting up two sums, sum and sum1, and returning two values, and making sure here, down here in the main, we have space to store the two resulting values.